Hi there, this is the 2019 yearly forecast for Gemini Risings. So this whole year starting out until December, later in the year, you will have Jupiter in your 7th house. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion and growth and optimism, and it can really bring abundance if you tap into the areas and doors that it's opening. And it's in your 7th house of relationships, which means that opportunities could probably arise in terms of partnership, whether that's romantic or in business or any type of relating on that one-to-one level. So that's exciting for you to look out for in this coming year. So with that Jupiter in the 7th house, it's squared to Neptune in your 10th house. And a really good way that these planets can be in conversation like that is that your growth in the way that you relate to others could then remove boundaries or blockages in your career. Somehow those two things could come one after the other. But a risk here is that by focusing so much on developing your relationships and spending so much time maybe with a partner, you end up dissolving some structures present in your career world. So keep in mind the effects that one is having on the other and stay rooted in removing blockages, not removing structures that are there for a reason that benefit you. What's already been happening is that Saturn and Pluto are in your 8th house in Capricorn. So this has been here since 2018, and you're familiar with this energy and it'll continue on. But Saturn and Pluto together can bring some obstacles and some surmountable difficulties that require you to get serious about how you are interacting with reality and how you need to transform to become more authentic and more functional. And they're in a house about other people's money, about dark hidden matters such as like taboo esoteric studies, which means that you need to reanalyze the way that you're dealing with things like other people's money or dealing with the topic of death in your life and your relationship to those things so that you can come back stronger and more able to navigate situations with those areas of life better. This past year in 2018, Uranus moved into Taurus in your 12th house, but it retrograded back into Aries, and it's moving forward now and will firmly stay in Taurus for the next 6 years, starting this spring. And Uranus brings radical change and revolutionary energy, spontaneous developments, and kind of like a lightning effect. And it's in a house relating to your subconscious mind and formless, boundless spirituality, a sense of oneness, a house of the formless and very internal energy. And this means that your idea of spirituality or connecting to source could be very changed coming in the next 6 years. You've already gotten a taste of this. You might have had like weird dreams or weird things coming up in your subconscious psyche that you got a taste of this past year, but Uranus will be firmly in your 12th house starting this next year into 2025. So you can expect just changes regarding your subconscious mind, and if you're exploring like meditation, things could definitely pop up for you that are really interesting. This year, the eclipses will be hitting you in your 8th house, 2nd house axis. So this means that the areas of life that could be a focus for you to put more attention on are possessions and assets when they relate to yourself versus when they're shared with others, and how you work to reconcile those two polarities and make them work in your life. Mercury is your ruling planet, so Mercury retrogrades are an important time for you, and the 3 this year start out with one in March 5th through 28th. Mercury will be retrograde in your 10th house in Pisces. So this could be a particularly cloudy time for business dealings, any type of career contracts or things that you really need to get done. I wouldn't do that in March because Mercury will be pretty fuzzy during that time period. Next one will be July, so July 7th, and Mercury is retrograde in your 3rd house in Leo, and the 3rd house relates to communication in and of itself. So just know that maybe July as well is not the best time to sign contracts, give big speeches, short-term travel as well could be unexpected or delayed or something like that. The final Mercury retrograde will be in your 6th house starting October 31st going into November. And the 6th house can deal with health routines, mundane day-to-day matters. So I wouldn't do any like surgeries, like cosmetic surgeries or medical procedures in November just because things might not go as planned. This year is really asking you to think about your growth in relationships and reevaluate your shared resources with others and how you can become more realistic and authentic in those matters. So I hope this was helpful. I do private consultations at the link below. Otherwise, like and subscribe and do all the things. Thank you.